Yo, what up? So as you can see, we have indeed done the respec to Lowlife, and as you saw in the video, it's pretty comfy to play. But before I go any further, in the down below in the pinned comment is a link to a highlight on a Twitch video of me doing the entire respec from the live version to this, including some gear crafting as well, but a lot of the gear I just like had beforehand. But yeah, without further ado, so we have a +2 minion helm with a minion damage, with an absolutely atrocious everything else on it. Ideally, if I didn't have the mana roll on this, I could scour off the suffixes and I could multi-mod one ES mod and then the attributes or avoidance, and then ideally I would get avoidance on the gloves as well eventually. But before that's relevant, I need to get alt quality purities for the avoidances. And then I guess in the super late game, when you get more reservation, you can get grace with alt quality, which means that you don't need I think a grace might be, I think grace is the same, so I think you can get ailment immune, well, ignite, freeze, and shock immune from just your purities and grace with alt quality, so then you don't even need those. But yeah, how I got this helmet and also the boots was simply we slap maximum sextants in a region. All you need to do is actually do a tier 8 map, so you don't need to worry about doing like a super high tier map with full juice. You can do T8 because the +1 spectral boots, which we have here in our pretty also atrocious boots. The boots are good base, but the rolls on it are kind of I wish it didn't have the life on it, so I could multi-mod flat ES and movement speed, and then it would be like over 100 ES boots. But yeah, so that's just level 75, so all you need is a T8 map. So we simply just full choose a T8 map. I only used one Delirium Orb per map, but of course you can use more if you want. But when you're playing the life build, your minions, especially zombies, can definitely die there. Even on a full choice T8, because I was running them with like with Beyond, and then every single map I used Incursion as well. And I think we did maybe like 5 maps with like full choice, including a Gilded Elder Scarab, which you will get by simply getting Corel into Intervention, that gives Elder Scarabs. And yeah, originally I wasn't planning to set up like have the respec to have both Hatred and Zealotry on, and that's because if you go to the previous VOD and go check the Scuffed POB, the Scuffed POB has 2 self-controls and 2 uncompromisings, but I happen to get 1 map level medium class jewel, which means I can get pure guile, pure amplitude, and mites, which is the purity reservations, right? So I had a like a 78 undershield laying around, which allows you to get the lower tier of reduced mana reservation roll. You would have to have level 80 Shaper or Elder Hunter shield to get the 15%. And in the Scuffed setup, the original plan was to have 15% shield with a Champion of the Cause Anoint. That would have been enough to do the exact same aura setup, well, plus precision. I don't have precision right now, because I don't have the reservation, and I would rather run a Hatred over precision anyways, right? I would just probably drop my animated Guardian or my Zombie if I wanted to get an extra right now. But yeah, so that allowed me to get the Hatred going, which is a lot of damage. So do I have this open here? We can just you know, I can show you. So Hatred is a lot of damage. Yep, that's like, this is for my auto scout projectile alone. That's like 40% more damage, and then the phantasms, we're talking about over double the damage. So it was pretty big to get. So also, yeah, POB, both the before the respec, but obviously the live build, and then the current POB will also be in the description and the comment below. So I just alt Aug Regal the random reduced mana reservation shield, so I can put the 50% auras that I don't have notables for. Like we have 2 uncompromisings, right? And then we have 2 self controls. So that's 60% discipline and determination renovation. And then we have, I don't remember exactly how much the skill tree is, but it's a lot. So my determination and discipline are both like 2% reservations. So it's basically nothing, right? So we're currently running 10 auras, and my DPS right now, let's say that I were to do this like go kill Cirrus right now. So like full setup. Pinpoint isn't, let's go to auto scots first. So pinpoint isn't calculated here properly, and you wouldn't use pinpoint for bossing anyways. You would use predator. So for clear right now, clear with config done correctly, but considering Cirrus DPS with 3 spectres, that the spectres are like 450k plus, then the phantasm, which I have 11 of, they are like 100k ish each. So we're talking about like almost 1.5 mil, assuming they are all up, but that's ignoring the pinpoint, right? So in the bossing setup, we would use predator. I don't know if I have the signal prey. So that is 270k per spectre. If I were to get the +1 weapon, which I don't have yet, to get level 25 gem, now it would be like 285k. You multiply this by 4 to get the spectres, so that's a million alone. And then the little boys called Phantasm here are like 200k each, which is another 2 mil. So the damage, even on my atrocious gear, it's pretty good. The damage is definitely there. And yeah, one thing keep in mind right now. So I forgot to level up blood magic, so my vitality is only level 5 right now. But once the blood magic levels, the POB is exactly my build right now. Once the blood magic levels 20, if I were to use a reduced mana reservation anatomical, I remember I had this on the previous speed up build. I found 2 extra anatomicals from my heist where Vinderi decided to double them, and I was like, okay, I had 3, so I just corrupted all of them. So I got reduced mana reservation and I got a CP. So that was pretty nuts. So I'm just using the CP one here. So this is like what, 10, 20, 30, 40, that's 50 int. So that's a lot of life, which translates to armor. So we're like 13, almost 13.5k armor right now, just standing still with a non-level determination. This could be level 20, which is a decent amount of extra armor as well. And it also allows me to level my vitality. So right now I have like 600 regen. That's missing the consecrated crown, which I will have. I'm like 1000 regen with that, which is simply I will get it with Stormbrand. It's like always up during any boss fight. But when the vitality levels, I'll just take this out because I wouldn't have this reservation, and I will replace that with a jewel that I'm using right now. That's why my ES is slightly higher now than it was on the clip that was at the beginning of the video, because I didn't actually BOP if I needed the reservation, and I didn't. So let's just make an item there quick. That's the jewel we had, and then we just replace this with that. Okay, so now the ES is correct, and as you can see, I am now you know, in the negatives of my life pool, and that's simply because the vitality was too high level. So with level 20 vitality, I could run level 15 vitality, and then considering this is, I think this is with the Consecrated Crown. Yep. Wait there. I'm like 1300 region, but if this was level 19, and we were to use the anatomical with the reservation, wherever you are, there, my region would be a bit higher, but I would lose like you know, 160 or something ES. So I don't think it's worth it for the extra region, and I'd rather just use a random ES jewel there. Ideally, this should be like a minion damage ES jewel, except I don't feel like I need more damage. And all of my mediums are only a 5 passives. If this was if each of these were 6 passive, that would be an extra, you know, 24% aura effect, which would bring my aura effect. Where's the calcs? That would bring my aura effect to 181%. So if I were to get one more medium Closet Jewel and literally just go down here and take this jewel slot and slap it there alone, that would get me the breakpoint of 200% aura effect, which would increase my max resist. It would give me an extra boost mitigation from, where's my guard there? From Unwavering Faith and just a bunch of region and, well, other stuff. But yeah, and I'm doing this pathing here right now. I should probably do this for 2 points and not have these, but this is in preparation for hopefully getting a level 21 golem and a +1 weapon, because if I do get that, where are you, my golem? Where are you? There. So Chaos Golem at level 20, currently at level 20, has 4% additional physical mitigation. But when it hits level 22, it goes to 5. And then the 40% Golem effect from Primordial Bond suddenly gives me 2% extra. So that would be 3% phys mitigation from there. Well, 2, because I already have 5 because of this. So that's why it's this routing and not from here. Even though this would give me a skill point right now, and it would probably be better. And as you can see, this is a 10 passive, so I could have... There is a way to get Primordial Bond down here, together with Renewal. I don't remember what the last notable would be, but that would save me a lot of skill points, which would then allow me to go here if I had another jewel. Because remember, we got very lucky and we found Into Believe at some point early in the character, which saves us 3 skill points. So that would allow us to go here without even really sacrificing ES nodes. But as you can see, we have currently Melting here. Next level, when I hit level 95, I'll respec these out and I actually go here, probably. Unless, of course, I get jewels to put here. Oh yeah, and the reason why I want to go here instead of here is because if I do this pathing, then this would only be a 2 skill points saved. Plus, this is actually armor, and we can use the 2-point jewel slot here to put in Vigil and use Vigilant Strike for some massive survivability, because I'm not expecting to be able to run a Kingmaker on my Animate Guardian. So yeah. So here's the current build. It feels pretty good. It feels very smooth to play. It's a lot of fun. It's very, even without having crazy aura effect, it runs pretty fast. Like my movement speed right now with that Quicksilver is like 75%. With a, oh, that's the wrong Quicksilver I'm using right now. That's my Heisting Quicksilver. With the proper Zoom Quicksilver, that's like 160, which is definitely good enough. And then also there's the Wall Haste. So what's up now is I'm trying to run, well, I am running all my replica blueprints in hopes of getting a EE Sceptre, because that would again save me this skill point, which would then further get me closer to another Clash Jewel setup. I'm not sure if I'll be able to make another update video that is worthwhile, because on Friday the Mayhem starts, and also Last Epoch. If you don't know, I'm working on that game. Drops a pretty big patch with Rogue coming up, so I'm gonna be pretty occupied with all of that. So I'm not sure if we'll be able to make a update video on this character. Maybe I'll do it on Friday to see. Like, just tell you guys what the progress on in this character. But either way, I'll dump the BOPs on the comments below, and yeah, if you got any questions, if I make the update video, I'll try to include those. And if we make that, I'll probably give you a BOP of a bit more endgame setup, where you would have a 50% shield, where you would have a simplex amulet with very Tanya influence, because that's up to 7% our reservation. So you could drop animated guardian, and you could drop zombie entirely out, and you'd be able to run Grace and then precision pretty easily. But for Grace, I would also need kind of a similar setup as I have for the uncompromising and self-control. I think I haven't done much BOP with that, but that would be coming from the third setup. And then, of course, I could also just get pure effect, just going for pure aura effect with First Amongst, and Rebellion Presence is also very strong. So I would have to figure out if it's worth trying to get Grace on. Obviously, with a Prism Guardian, if you have a Prism Guardian, you can just slap Grace in. Right now, with this exact setup I have, if you had a Prism Guardian and Champion of the Cause, you could run Grace as well without changing anything, I'm pretty sure. I mean, you would have to replace one of the aura, like the auras in the blood magic, with different stuff. But yeah, I'm not BOPing that because I don't have it. But that's a lot of stuff you just need to like fiddle around with yourself. Just keep in mind, if you have the level and the jewels to go 6 medium passives, just try around different reservation notables in the scuffed setups, where you don't have like crazy reservation from gear, where you have like 7% amulet. You could potentially even have a Elder plus Veritania helmet, and the Veritania can go 5% in a helm as well. Or you could, of course, do it with a Essence of Loathing. I'm kind of excited for next league, if this build doesn't get gutted, to really juice it up with some harvest crafting, even though I don't even know what kind of harvest crafting we have. But either way, I'll see you hopefully probably on a Friday with a new update, or you know, maybe even Thursday if we get some big drops like the EE sector. But yeah, I'll see you around.